What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Experiment by Ken Carson. Now, this was released on July 3rd. I was planning on reviewing it whenever it dropped, but I was too lazy, so now we're here. The album is 22 songs long and an hour long. I wish that these artists didn't have so many songs on their albums. I know the labels push it so that they can get higher chances of hits, but bro, it makes for such an inconsistent listen every time. I just want closer to 10 tracks, bro. Why does it always have to be 20? We don't need 20 tracks when you're dropping maybe even 2 albums a year sometimes. Not necessarily Ken Carson doing that, but other underground people be doing that, and then they do the same thing, so it's just annoying. But yeah, quick overview of Ken Carson. Atlanta rapper. From Atlanta, born April 11th, 2000, started making music in 2015, but had his first big hit with Yale in 2020 off of his Teen X EP. Since then, the Lord of Chaos has been known for innovating the rage sound with multiple releases, most notably being his 2023 album, A Great Chaos, which had multiple songs that were really pushing the boundaries of rage at the time. And after that album, people started doing rage much darker. The sound got more distorted, louder in general, mostly from songs like Lose It. That was the biggest one that really pushed it, I think, because the bass on that one. And then Fighting My Demons. Lose It might have genuinely been the boundary-pushing thing we needed for, Caveman 808s. Genuinely. I don't know if they were before that. Maybe. I really don't know. Over the years, Ken developed a cult-like fan base with a lot of help from Playboi Carti and his Opium label that Ken is a part of. Ken is the second most popular in his Opium label, and I used to dick ride this man. I used to think he was goated. I used to listen to, all the people in Opium. And, I had all their albums ranked and everything. I was tapped in. But then I actually tapped into the real underground, and then, yeah. But Ken Carson still has some good songs. I like South Beach off of X. I like Teen X Babe. Teen X Baby, roll it up and blaze it. It's kind of hard. The cover of Experiment, it's pretty much just Ken Carson's head turned around, and there's an X on the back of his neck. It's really nothing crazy, and there's some people in the background, I guess, with some lab coats and shit. So I don't really know. But let's just get into the first track with Where Do I Start? I remember hearing this song unreleased. I've heard quite a few of these songs as snippets, honestly. Or I think I have. I remember them. I thought it wasn't that bad. The hook is actually pretty good. And the way I fuck these hoes, I could have been a bang bro. I heard that line and I thought it was pretty funny. The beat has these melodic ascending and descending leads that sound pretty tough. But overall, pretty standard, melodic song for Ken. Not a lot of experimentation there that I'm seeing. Next track, Death Note, featuring Playboi Carti. The beat kind of, charges up at the beginning, and then when it drops, it's just, a super distorted rage beat. This seems to be the method that all these rage people go with their album. They get, a kind of melodic song in the beginning, and then they just get, a rage banger right after that. That's what Netspend did with Early Life Crisis, everything like that. But, yeah, Ken's verse is cool, but so far the album has not been very experimental. It's just rage and melodic rage, like we've been hearing. And Carti's verse was just standard, deep voice, trying to sound like Future. Really trying to sound like Future. But the next track, Shadeson, featuring 2 Hollis, I actually like quite a bit. It's actually 2 Hollis is not featured on the song. He produced the beat. He made the beat, and the beat was actually fire. It was pretty interesting with some fluttering hi-hats and nice 808s on it. Ken had a good performance with some bars, like, no matter what I make, they gonna call it rage, which is kind of true. Like, Ken Carson's just known for rage at this point, so I feel like whenever he drops, people aren't really giving it a chance. They're just gonna assume it's rage slop. And got a bad bitch, she brown just like Foxy. He just has, like, funny bars. Like, that's one thing I'll give to Ken Carson. He has a great, like, personality on the internet. And yeah, like I said, Two Hollis is not even featured on the song. I kind of would have wanted to see that, but at the same time, Two Hollis, I don't really like that much. I like a couple of his songs, so maybe it would have made the song not as good if he was on it. But yeah, it was good. Next track, Gynecologist. Soon as I heard the synth pattern at the start, I could tell he was biting 20 Minutes by Uzi, bro. It literally sounds so similar. Like, the pattern sounds so similar, bro. I'm telling you. Listen to them both back to back. I'm telling you. Ken does flow on the beat, and has been having consistent good flows and consistent, like, somewhat new flows for Ken Carson. Like, usually he'd be sticking with, like, the same slop, and sometimes he does go back to that. Actually, he does quite a bit, but he's expanding, bro. He's expanding. Next track, Wrist. Show me your wrist. Show me your wrist. That's, like, one of the catchiest hooks on the album, and the beat, this song sounds like a trap banger, bro. Ken got a cool verse on here too, but it's mainly the hook. Next track, EDM. This is, like, one of the most popular on the album, I'm pretty sure. Hard crash dummy tag. Love the crash dummy tag. Told by, like, Future. Into this hard beat with some great hi-hats. Pretty sure I've heard this song as a snippet leak. As a snippet or leak. But the song drags on a bit, but the hook is still good, and there's, like, tough moments in the song, but overall, it's kind of forgettable. Truth Prod Misogi, who's produced multiple Ken Carson songs, as well as tracks for other artists like Heat and Che, and his beats, or, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, I honestly don't know, probably his, beats are so tough. Like, they did Enjoy Your Life. Enjoy your life, hey, enjoy your life. Probably, like, top 3 off Say So Says. And then some Yeet songs, forgot what they were, honestly, but yeah, Truth, kind of carried by the beat, but it has a more, like, uplifted vibe, making Ken match it with, like, a higher voice and kind of switching around his style a little bit, which I liked. I like seeing him on these, like, cuter beats. I have both Shadescent and Truth in my playlist. Same with Mewtwo, like, his melodic songs. Melodic Ken is good, bro. Next track, Out of My Body, has a decent flow and hook, but the song is pretty forgettable compared to the last tracks. This is, like, the worst one so far. Out of My Body, it's like 6 out of 10. This is, like, standard Ken right here. Next track, The Ritual. Got some moments where he's spitting, but again, feels lackluster compared to the previous tracks. The hook is hard, though. Next track, Interlude. Cool synths and occasional gunshots on this 1 minute and 30-second track. Song is chill. Definitely feels like an interlude, as I'm probably not listening to it again. So, these 3 tracks are just like, get out of here, bro. You're nothing to me. Why are you fucking here? Next track, Ghost, featuring Uzi. This song is being so glazed right now. Soon as the song starts, Ken starts walking on the beat. I can't lie, the beat is hard. And Ken is literally, like, not breathing for his whole verse. Like, he's flowing on that shit. There's a part where the beat cuts out, and he keeps flowing, and then it comes back, and then it's just, like, it's been done so many times, but it's just, like, damn. That shit was hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Ken keeps rapping, and then it switches over to Uzi. It's literally just like Shoot It Part 2. Like, he's clearly Like, this is not experimental, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's not experimental at all. He's just jacking other people's flows and then calling that shit experimental. But this song is still a banger. Definitely in my top 5 for the album. Next track, Drug Kit featuring Young Thug. Love Young Thug, but I wasn't expecting a lot from this because his most recent album, I wasn't too impressed with. Young Thug has just been washed since like 2023. Actually, no, he was still dropping some good songs then. But yeah, more standard Ken hook and verse till he starts flowing a bit, and then decent Thug. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about his verse. It was cool. That's like the best you can get from him at this point. Next track, Possession. Overly distorted beat. Song is like kind of lame with Ken just saying like what the fuck a lot and some very modern bars like I'm so tough and I'm so fire. The song is still alright. This is just like forgettable to me. Fought with Double O. Sounds like he trying to sound like Cardi with like deeper, darker voice and spamming like whoa 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 whoa. Like he's saying that all over here. He's trying to be Cardi so bad. The hook kind of hard though. I've been popping my shit, you a beginner. I've been popping my shit, you a beginner. I know you've heard that shit before. I know I've heard that shit before. Catch me outside, fall, winter with the sinner. You know, with the deep voice. It's TikTok as fuck, I can't lie. Next track, So Many Bags. Tough beat with like beeping sounds and the hook, so many bags, so many bags. Extended the mag. Tough song. Next track, Shopping, featuring Destroy Lonely. This is like a modern MDMA, honestly. They do a song like this where they have like, where they both just flow and just go crazy, flow state. They bring out the best in each other. So this is obviously a good song. I want to go shopping with these hoes. Cool back and forth with Ken and Lone. They both got good verses. They always got good chemistry with ad-libs while the other one is rapping. And then both also have like tough voice switches throughout it. Everybody doing voice switches now, bro. Even Ken Carson. Now he got deep voice, bro. Everybody might as well switch voices now. Holy. Amanda Bynes. I don't know what that means, but the song is basic and forgettable. That shit out my face. Next track, Amnesia. Pretty forgettable melodic Ken song with a couple good bars and a pretty beat. That's about it. Next track, Flamethrower. I don't know why this song has a music video. It's so forgettable to me. Cool beat with like some... Okay, it's like, oh lord type synths. Like, you know, oh lord. Like, and then the synths come in and it's like... Blah, blah, blah. Like, the guy says like, oh lord. It's in the in that one LeBron commercial, bro. Oh lord. And then... That's what the synths that sound like in this song. Pour an eighth, let it drop a little like car oil. Pour an eighth, let it drop a little like car oil. Yeah, song is mid. Next track, Knocking. Standard melodic Ken hit for TikTok. It's cool. All I can think of while listening to this song is Ken burping on the raw vocals. Like, literally every single raw vocal track for any single Ken Carson song, he burps. Like, nasty ass motherfucker, bro. Next track, Addiction. He kind of come on the beat hard as it builds and adds synths and hi-hats. Standard filthy beat still. And he got some decent bars. Next track, We Did It, featuring Cardi. Again, 2 features from Cardi. Cardi does not really collaborate with his label mates that much, so this was a little surprising. Cool chopped vocals in the beginning, and Ken has a good verse, and so does Cardi. But he sounds like he's trying to be Future, bro. Cardi, stop trying to be fucking Future, gang. You lame. Ken jumps back in with some different flows, and I wish Cardi would just do more with the people in his label. and do more with his sound, bro. You can literally do whatever you want. And you just stick to sounding like deep voice Future, bro. Stop being lame, cuh. And yeah, that's how the album ends off. Pretty decent ending. And overall, pretty solid. This was one of my more enjoyable albums from 2026. Like, I think my tops right now is the Lil Shine album. The Lil Shine album. Like, Don't Be Dumb, I'm not bumping. Bully, I'm not bumping. What other albums even dropped 2026, bro? I'm waiting for Osama to drop. I'm waiting for that collab tape with Net. Oh my god. Actually, it's RageNet now. It's not even CashNet. But still, yeah. Why do I even care, bro? It's not even going to be tough. Anyways, though, I'm yapping. Album overview. Towards the end, I was a little tired of the sound. And this album isn't really experimental at all. Like, even if it has some things on it that Ken Carson, like, some beats that Ken Carson hasn't rapped on, that don't make it experimental, brah. But I think Ken evolved as an artist with his flows and production on here. So I do think that he still evolved as a creator. Features were solid, and the album had memorable tracks, memorable bars. 7.4. Impressed with Ken, but the album didn't blow me away. That's my rating, 7.4. I'm seeing some people glaze the fuck out of this album and say it's just banger after banger. I'm seeing some people say that it's dog shit and people are LARPing it. But I think it is pretty solid. And I'm still excited to see where Ken Carson's career goes in the future. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And if you have anything else for me to review in the future, go ahead, put that in the comments. Anything you want me to review? If you haven't checked this out, check it out. You're the best. I'm Anthony Fantano, bro. I'm so tapped in, holy. But, yeah, that's about it. So, later.